welcome back to another video here on the Minecraft realm with my friends. Last episode we had just finished doing a ton of mining in here, and I've done a little bit of work off camera, so I want to kind of show you guys what I've been up to. I ventured way across the nether over to Joseph's base and got mending on my pickaxe, and then on my way back as you can see, I mined a lot of nether quartz to kind of repair my pickaxe a little bit. So just kind of toss all this junk in here for now that I don't need. And when I logged on this morning, there was also a mysterious gift here. Somebody left a mysterious gift in my base. I haven't opened it yet, so we're gonna see what somebody left us. Cute. Oh, these emeralds would have been nice to go and help me trade with Joseph's villager, but very cool. I would guess that this is Herman. He was asking where people's bases were. Somebody's base is down there. I don't know who is setting up base down there. But, oh, hello, Mr. Pigman. Getting in here somehow. So let's see, if there's a sign maybe? Okay, cute. Okay, I don't know whose base this is, but very cutesy. And they're starting a little farm over there. Very nice. Cool. So let's take a look at where we're at in our mining of the mountain. Yeah, so I left all these ores here last time so that I could use the mending on my new pickaxe to repair it. So that's what I will do now. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of mining, so let's jump to when I have my pickaxe all repaired. Alright, we have our pickaxe fully repaired now, so here's that. And I mined out all the exposed ores that we had in here, so we're ready to keep on going and digging down. I have this little setup here to smelt all of the ores we got going on. I have way too much copper, but the copper just, it's basically an XP farm, so it's worth mining at the very least. So I wanted to go see on the outside of our base. Hello, nice little rain. I wanted to go that way and go check out exactly how far this mountain goes this way. Just kind of look at the shape of this. Okay, so yeah, I could totally... Because if it was going to be like way far to go in that direction, then that would be a lot. So let's just kind of see. It goes till about negative 3,500. Also, there was a sheep over here that isn't pink. That's unacceptable. I don't know where he went, but I need pink sheep up here. And then this way in the mountain goes for quite a while. Goes for quite a while this way. Yeah. Hello, creeper. Aw, man. Okay. Cool. So, I mean, we got quite the job cut out for us. Alright, picked up that shulker box so we can use it to store stuff, and let's cue the montage. Alright. It's been a couple days since that cut. I have been a little busy. I kind of got lost in the sauce. I've done a lot. So this is what the inside of the mountain's looking like now. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good progress. Over here, this goes all the way up to the edge of the mountain. That's the real outside right there. And so all along this side is the actual curvature of the mountain. That's why it's not a smooth wall. Over here, I hit the edge of the mountain. That's the outside right there. And then I decided to just kind of keep it. I just went flat for now. Yeah, I just kept on mining and got to here. So this is where we're at. Just a little progress check-in. I kind of want to show you guys. I built this like super smelter over here. Pretty fancy and whatnot. And I mined all the copper with this Fortune 3 pickaxe that I have. And I would smelt it all and use the XP to repair the mending pickaxe. So that's how I've been repairing my pickaxe. And I have a lot of blocks. And I mean a lot of coal. Except that's not all the blocks. I have all these blocks too. So, yeah. So I think, I don't know why I feel this way, but I think I might incorporate copper blocks into the build. I just think that maybe it might be a cool aesthetic, and also I have an abundant amount of them, so I thought that it would be cool to kind of go experiment and creative for a little bit, and just kind of start to work on what sort of block palettes I want. So let's go jump into a creative world and kind of start to play around with what I want to do. All right, well, here we are in our little creative world here. Let's see, I kind of chose a couple blocks that I have an abundance of, and just kind of want to start playing around. So my plan is inside the chasm to have a bunch of like spanning like walkways and bridges across. Um, I don't exactly know how I'm gonna do like rooms, but I think everything's gonna be like pretty open. I don't think I'll have a ton of rooms. I need really wide walkways is really what I'm going for. So obviously I have a ton of cobblestone, so I want stone to be a very big player in this bridge. So let's just, you know, make a nice wide and long stone pattern here. Okay, and then between them, I think could be cool to have these, or maybe regular chains. Regular chains, yeah. So I think that could be cool. Let's look at the other cherry blocks I have available. Cherry trapdoors. Maybe. The problem is that I want this to feel like a very, as if this like grizzled civilization of dwarven people, you know, they stumbled upon this cave, and you know, they're a tough people, but the building blocks that they had at their disposal just happened to be, you know, pink and cutesy. So I want it to be fierce and tough. Made a nice little road. So I found an Instagram page that kind of posts little Minecraft inspiration ideas, and I totally just copied a design that they had. They used like spruce logs for this, but obviously mine I want to be cherry. And you know, this is kind of a cool little design. I really like the look of this stone and copper. So I think I just need less of this pink. Let's look at all our stone options again. I could do stone slabs. Broken up by maybe some chiseled stone. Hmm. It's very it's very bright on the eyes. That is so horrendously ugly. Okay, I kind of don't hate this. I think that could be kind of cool. If there's like flowing water in there, but maybe I don't actually want floating. Maybe I just want... Yeah, because then it's quiet. Man, I don't know, guys. It just looks bad for some reason.
3 hours later.
Okay, so I've been working on this for a while, and I kind of landed on... I was experimenting with a design like this. I don't know. Oh, I liked the idea of there being like running water, like maybe you can see the irrigation system of the people, but this just looked like a pizzeria floor to me. I don't know, I just couldn't get something that looked satisfying, and this is too wide. Just to give you guys a better idea, if you can imagine these as being bigger than 1x1s, obviously they'll be thicker bridges in person, but if you can imagine the whole chasm that I'm going to have, I want a bunch of these like layered bridges going over and kind of overlapping each other like this. So that's the design I've been trying to come up with. And I've landed on something that I like a lot more. So I forgot to use waxed versions of all these, so I'm going to have to kind of scrape all these, but I like this sort of pattern. I made this at first, and I liked this design, but I thought that it was a little too repetitive, like, oh, it's going to be really busy. And so I ended up changing it. I think I'm going to go with something like this from this view, where it skips, so every other, so that most of the path will be pretty easy, just using these deep slate tile pieces. But what I really like is these chains. This chain design felt very dwarven coded to me. And so I liked this design a lot. And what's funny is it's actually kind of complicated. Like, this is where the stair is. And so the whole block is at this level. So I use a lot of like half slabs. Like each of these is a half slab. To kind of get exactly the shape that I wanted here. And I like the copper bulbs as lighting because they don't need a source to remain powered. I can just power them once when I first build, and then it's better. And as you guys saw, I was trying to force a lot of the cherry wood in my design because I'm in a cherry blossom. But the problem is that the cherry planks are just so bright pink. I had it like this at first, and the cherry planks are just so bright pink. I feel like this orange is a dull orange, and I just thought the pink was way too bright. And so what I ended up going with, or what I like right now, are the stripped cherry wood logs, because it still gets that flash of pink in the design, but it's like dull, like the orange. It matches the dullness of the orange. And then on the bottom, I don't want you to be able to see, like I don't want it to look hollow like this. So I want to use as many slabs as possible. But I think on the edges, I'll have to use full blocks. That way it looks full from the bottom. Because the hard part about this too is that because, let's say I'm on this level here, I'll be able to see the side of this one, side of that one, obviously the top one or the one I'm on, but you'll also be able to see the bottom of any that are above you, of any of the bridges above you. And so I want the bottom to be appealing too. Now, this is like pretty boring, which I'm okay with. And because, it's not like I'm worried about the top of this or the bottom of this like looking great. It just has to look like generally appealing, but I think that this looks pretty good, and it'll provide light above it as well, as long as lighting as well as lighting up the path that I'm on. So I like this a lot, this pattern. And it looks the main thing is that I've been collecting all of the cobblestone, but this is all deep slate. This is deep slate, and this is black stone. So none of the stone stuff looks too bright. It's like too cheery or too basic if I used like this sort of color pattern in here. This is way too bright. So I didn't like that. And I wanted something just slightly darker, you know, to balance out my nice pretty pinks. So, yeah, I like this a lot. Maybe something... My only issue is that, like, in these long sections, it's going to get kind of flat really quick. So maybe what I could do... I think these are... Yeah, those are still stairs. Maybe along, like, these sections, I can just add, like... Let's see, this one goes in towards the pink. But the oh, that might work. Just to give it like that slight little bit of texture going across as you're going across the bridge. I do like that, I think, because I have the 2 slabs there, so there won't be any holes. I think that should look good. Yeah, it looks the exact same from the outside. So yeah, it'll only be in the middle, but just like a tiny bit of texture. You know what I mean? So I think I like this design a lot, and I'm gonna go with this. And the blocks shouldn't be too hard to obtain, so this is pretty cool. The other thing is that I've never really built a bee farm before, and I'm gonna need all of the honeycomb to wax all of this, so I was kind of experimenting with how bees work, because it's just an aspect of the game I don't really mess around with that much, so. Okay, so we're here back in the realm, and now that I kind of have a plan in my head, I can start to visualize like how wide everything's gonna be. So the design that I came up with is 7 blocks wide. So just to kind of visualize this, we can look at how big 7 blocks wide is. So this is how wide the design is for these bridges. So let's just kind of look up here and look at the scale of how this looks. Yeah, I mean, I think that's perfect. Luckily, I found a zombie spawner right here in my base. And so this could be a cool, like, XP farm that I keep in here. And I can use. So I'd like to build this XP farm so that I can repair my pickaxe easily, and from within my base will be sweet. And I just have a feeling that my bee farm is going to be slow, and it's going to get, what's it called? Honeycomb super slowly. And when I start actually building the bridges, I'm going to need a lot of it. So I think that's the next kind of things I want to do before I get serious in the mining. Oh, I mean, some would say I'm already pretty serious in the mining, but I want to build those 2 farms. So build a farm for XP over there and build a bee farm somewhere, probably outside, and then maybe eventually I'll move it inside. But yeah, just so that those are running well, I'm mining. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and the base is coming along nicely. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.